2 of CDR. As we wait for remaining drivers to fill up the grid for French GP for Tier 2. We have 16 drivers currently in for 17 drivers, sorry, for this race so far, as we just wait for everyone to come in. Still have 17 drivers with 3 minutes to go until Q1 starts, as we just wait for the final couple of drivers and we prepare for the twists and turns of the circuit Paul Ricard. Circuit length is 5.8 kilometers long, and the lap record is currently held by Sebastian Vettel in 2019 with a 1:32.740. Will any of the boys here today be able to beat that lap time? Eighteen drivers now in the lobby, and that is Quick Killer joining, who I believe left, but now he's back because his game crashed. And Clay has told everyone to ready up, ready for Q1. Let's hope for an interesting one from the Tier 2 drivers and the Tier 2 reserves today here at France. As they go through the twists and turns of Sector 1, Sector 2 with the long straight, and Sector 3 with more twists and turns. There's a few overtaking possibilities here at Paul Ricard, so hopefully we should have a good race here with the boys. With the short little run up into turn 1, then the quick right-hander into turn 2. Let's see what the Tier 2 drivers have in store for us today for the French Grand Prix. This is the penultimate race before our last ever race for F1 2020, and Season 2 begins on F1 2021. As we just wait for everyone to put on their setups for their cars, and I will set up my menu ready for everyone. Who's going to be first out on track for Q1 to give us that all-important start the time for everyone to beat? And I believe that is the Belgian of Wild Dog coming out the pits. Indeed it is. And he has Ace just behind him. We'll go on board with Wild Dog for the moment, as he goes out for his out lap. And into turn 5 he goes, and into the tricky turn 6. Into the first DRS detection zone. And we'll go with Ace just behind Wild Dog as he goes down the straight and into turn 8. Everyone should have softs on. They do. No one going for that medium tyre. As Wild Dog comes round turn 13, we'll go on board for the first couple of corners just to see what he can do in that stunning red Ferrari. As he goes now into turn 1. Goes into turn 3 now with the quick right left of turns 3 and 4. We'll go on board with Ace, who is just about to start his lap, which is invalidated. So therefore I think it is little lock up from Noodles there. going into turn 14. Let's go back on with Wild Dog. Actually, let's go to GJ Botha, who is just about to go into turn 10 as he purple sector 2. And into that fast right-hander of turn 11. This Wild Dog now comes around turn 15 and sets that very important benchmark for everyone to beat, and he puts in a 1:29.9 to start off Q1. So we follow GJ Botha now into turn 15 and down the main straight as Botha puts in a 1:30.3. Who is next to cross the line? It is Schnitzy with a 1:30.1 as Big Boy puts in a 1:29.6. He goes 3/10 clear of Wild Dog. As we go on with Colby, who is going around turn 11. And at turn 15 now. And Colby puts in a 1:30.9. Sniper puts in a 1:29.8. Kieran puts in a 1:29.6. Less than half a second separates Big Boy and Kieran in Q1. As we go on board with everyone's favourite Irishman, though, Van Dan, as we go into the long straight in sector 2. Has he got the top speed to push him round as he goes round turn 10? Ferrari just getting out of his way. Big Boy puts in a 1:29.1. Extends that lead from Kieran. Call Me Arcade with a 1:30.7. Wild Dog with a 1:29.9. And into turn 13, Dan goes. What time can he do for Q1? For his first lap here at Paul Ricard. DRS wide open now. And Dan puts in a 1:29.7, which puts him third currently. As we go on board with Gainful Odds, who is on the main straight of sector 2. And Gainful puts in a 50.0 in sector 2 as it goes round turn 10. Ace has put a 1:30.4 in his locker. As Gainful goes round turn 12. And into the penultimate corner. What time can Gainful put on the board? He puts in a 1:30.7, which puts him 9th. As we go on board now with Bachman Do, who has invalidated his lap. And so has J.K. Lowry. So go on with Arcade, who I believe is not on an out lap. He is on a fast. As he activates his DRS there. as he goes into turn 8 and 9. That little chicane in sector 2. And has he got the toe from the Alfa Romeo just ahead of him? So we go on now to see Avalac, who is going round turn 11. Very quick and very smooth through there. This goes into turn 12. Avalac currently hasn't got a time set on the board. So what can he do, and whose spot can he take? Avalac puts in a 1:29.3 and he goes second and splits Big Boy and Kieran. As we go on board with my teammate from tier 3, and he goes 6th with a 1:29.9 for Scotty 1597. As we go for tier 2's main admin, CDR Clay Mull, as he goes round turn 6 and he purples the first sector. As he goes into the very tricky chicane of turns 8 and 9 at Paul Ricard. As Noodles puts in a 1:28.9. 2/10 clear of Big Boy. We've got a yellow flag in sector 2. Going into sector 3. As there is a slow Mercedes. I believe that is a Mercedes in low power mode. What can Clay do? He has not set a time. Clay puts in a 1:30.0, puts him 10th. As we go on board with Quick Killer now, who is just about to cross the line. That is Jay Kane, I'm sorry, and he puts in a 1:30.1. Now we'll go on board with Quick Killer, who has invalidated his lap. As we go on board with Schnitzy as he goes round turn 11. The last race for the CDR Racing League Season 1 is next weekend at China. A tricky circuit as Schnitzy goes into the pits. As we now go on with everybody's Irish lucky charm, No Fan Dan, as he goes round turn 11. I don't think he is on a fast lap, but I'm not too sure. Good evening, Stephen. How is Silverstone? As Dan puts in a 1:41.1, which is not very fast at all. Something's wrong with his car during that lap. As we now go on with Colby, who is going around, I believe he is in low fuel mode. Good to hear, Stephen, as he goes into turn 11 and he is in low fuel mode. Avalac has retired his car. J.K. Lowry in the pits. Ace going around turn 7 there onto the main straight of sector 2 and into turns 8 and 9. Will Ace be able to clear 15th? Let's go on board with him. As he goes into turn 12. Quick Killer puts in a 1:28.7. Goes ahead of Noodles by 0.2 of a second. As Call Me Arcade, Gainful, JK and Lowry, Calpy, Clay, GJ Botha, Wild Dog, Scotty 1597, Ace puts in a 1:29.8, Scotty 1597, Kieran and Dan, as everyone now goes into the pits. As far as Sniper, as he goes through the last corner, and he puts in a 1:33.7, 4 seconds slower than his original lap. I wonder if he had problems going into his lap. So he now goes into turn 5. And into 7 he goes onto the straight. This circuit really tests the downforce and top speed of your car. If you have too much downforce, you will not be quick in that straight on sector 2. Stephen, what's the first? As we follow Sniper into turn 11. So he's just seeing his teammate there in the distance of Clay as Sniper goes into the pits. Clay is putting out one final lap here at Paul Ricard. As Clay invalidates his lap. Unfortunate there for Clay as we follow Bachman Do, who is just going into the twists and turns of sector 1, and into 3 he goes. And now we test his top speed in sector 2. That is very true there, Stephen. Very true indeed. Can Bachman do better than 16th position? He is 2/10 up on his time. Going into sector 2, and he is slowly running out of DRS, ERS, and Bachman doesn't have enough time to set a new lap as he invalidated his own old lap. As we follow Colby into turn 14. As he opens that wing, and Colby puts in a 1:31.7, which puts him 15th overall. So far, it is only Noodles and Quick Killer who are in the 128. As Call Me Arcade has been disqualified. Avalak put a good point in one of the chats of the Discord. Ace should have a quali ban, and yet he is 9th. So he has not listened to his penalty. I wonder what Arcade got disqualified for. Arcade got a warning for speed in the pit lane, corner cutting, exceeding track limits, and going the wrong way. As we now wait for the drivers to put on medium tyres instead. As Scotty puts on mediums, so does J. Kane. Stephen, how was the sprint qualifying for today? Some of the grid puts on softs, some of them put on the medium tyre. Ace has retired. I believe that he has remembered his quali ban now. Let's follow Colby, who is the lead car for Q2. Oh yes, it was the qualifying for the sprint race today, wasn't it? Yeah. As we wait for Colby to go through turn 15 and start his first lap on that medium tyre. And off he goes to set his first laps. And into turn 3 and 4 he goes. As we have a Pink Panther just behind him. I'm pretty sure that is Noodles just behind him. As we go on with J. Kane Lowry, who is on a fast lap. And going down the little straight in sector 1 and into turn 3 and 4 he goes. Trying to hit all the apexes to get enough speed for that right-hander of turn 6. As Colby puts out a 131.7 on that medium tyre. As JK Lowry puts in a 55.5. Sniper puts in a 130.4 on that medium tyre. GJ Botha splits them with a 131.1. We've got a yellow flag in sector 1, I believe that was. As we follow JK Lowry now into turn 15. DRS wide open as JK puts in a 130.8 as Big Boys puts in a 130.3. A tenth quicker than Sniper. We now go on with Noodles as Kieran puts in 130.5 on that medium tyre. As we follow Noodles around as Noodles comes into turn 12. Into turn 14 and into the last corner he goes. And what time does he put in? He puts in a 129.7 that puts him ahead of Schnitzy on the soft tyre. We now wait for everyone to go into the pits, I believe. Wild Dog drifting that car. And Wild Dog has crashed in Q2. He is out of Q2. As we go on with Quick Killer, who pays his respects to Wild Dog. Yeah, lads, can we actually just... I know you want to get to the pit lane as quickly as you can, as we just watch Quick Killer avoid all of that middle part of Sector 2. Of turns 8 and 9. Guys, if you are watching the stream, can we please stick to the track instead of going all over the place? Okay, so our top 10 so far: Noodles, Schnitzy, our little leprechaun, that is No Fan Dan, Big Boy, Sniper Grace, Kieran, JK Lowry, Scotty 5097, GJ Botha, and Wild Dog. As we watch Quick Killer now, going for a fast one, as he's coming down into turn 3. By the sounds of it, his gearbox problem from last week has gone. as he opens as he opens that DRS and goes into turns 8 and 9. Quick Killer and Clay, the only two drivers not to put a fast lap in. Avalak puts it on 130.1 on the medium tyre. With 6 minutes remaining. Of Q2, we should have a good array of drivers into Q3, with some who rarely ever get the chance to go in to Q3. As Quick Killer put in a 129.9, which puts him in third, as we wait for Clay to put in a lap as he goes round turn 5 and into turn 7. He goes just before this long straight. As he puts in a 50.6 into the second sector. As he now goes into turn 15 to set his first lap, as Colby goes fastest on the soft tyre with a 129.5. Clay goes 11th and possibly missing out on Q3 there. As we slowly make our way through the grid to see who is still trying to find those tenths of a second that really count, as we stay on with Culpy with 3 minutes and 30 remaining. I believe Clay has gone out for another one. No, he is not. As we watch Scotty 1597 now, as he purple sector 1. And into turn 8 and 9 he goes. As Scotty goes into turn 11 with his teammate just behind him. Everyone trying to get as little time as they can find to try and beat their previous in Q2. As Scotty puts in a 129.3, 2 tenths clear of Colby. As we now go with Clay, who has invalidated his lap once again. And he is just going past turn 11. Will he be able to make it? As Clay goes into the pits. As Clay goes into the pits for the end of Q2. So far our top 10 is Scotty, Colpy, Noodles, Schnitzy, Quick Killer, Avalac, Dan, Big Boy, Sniper and Wild Dog. We follow J.K. Lowry, who has an invalid lap. As J.K. will not make it through. And our top 10 is Scotty, Colpy, Noodles, Schnitzy, Quick Killer, Avalac, No Fan Dan, Big Boys, Sniper's Grace and Wild Dog. And I will be back in 2 seconds. As our remaining 9 drivers are going into Q3 and fighting for that top spot pole position. By the way, do not forget to follow all CDR social media through Facebook and Twitter, who is managed by our lovely Chloe, also known as Dan's lucky lady. also known as Dan's wife. So thank you, Chloe, for managing all the social media and all of the decals and everything like that for CDR. And some drivers are out ready. Quick Killer is in front to sort out the first lap of Q3. Now, who will be able to get that pole position for Paul Ricard for Tier 2? Also, none of this would be possible by our two owners of Dan and Kieran. They are the owners of CDR, and none of this would be possible without them. So thank you, you two, for helping so many drivers connect over. Just something we all enjoy. As we follow Quick Killer now, who is going very slowly, letting Big Boy take over as Big Boy goes through turn 5. What is Big Boy's top speed? It is 208 miles per hour down the straight. What is Big Boy's Sector 2 time? It is a 49.6 as he goes round turn 10. As everyone but one driver is out on track. That one driver is Kieran, who is in the pit lane. So we follow Big Boy round turn 15 for his first lap of Q3. And he sets a 129.4. As we go on with Schnitzy, who is about to cross the line with a 129.9. 5/10 slower than Big Boy, as Dan puts in a 129.3. And Colby puts in a 129.3. Half a tenth separate Colby and Dan. Noodles puts in a 128.4. Who is next to cross the line? It is Avalak, who is on an outlap. I believe the next driver to cross the line will be Quick Killer. Let's follow Avalak into turn 1. As he invalidates it, going into turn 2. Let's follow Scotty into turn 3. As he puts in a 22.2 and purples the first sector. We got a yellow flag in sector 3. I believe that is for Colby. It is, and he is in low fuel mode. So we go back to Scotty now, going through 8 and 9. And he puts in a 49.6 into the second sector. And round turn 10 he goes. And into the very wide hairpin like turn 11. As he's coming up on a McLaren. But whose McLaren is that? Will Scotty get the toe from the McLaren? Scotty puts in a 129.2. Quick Killer with a 128.8. A 10th in between Colby and Scotty. As Kieran is still in the pits. As we just wait for Avalak, who I believe is in low fuel mode. I wonder what is going on with Kieran here, as he is still in the pits. With 5 minutes on the clock. Let's go on board with Dan on his outlap. Let's see what sort of lines he is taking. He activates DRS on that Pink Panther. So far, our leader for Q3, sorry, is Noodles with a 128.4. Quick Killer 4/10 behind with a 128.8, and Avalak with a 129.005, and Scotty with a 129.2 going into Q3. As Dan sets himself up for his fast lap. Dan really trying his best through turns 3. We go. I believe that lap has not been invalidated. There is an appearance of Kieran on track with just 3 minutes remaining. That would really only give him enough for one qualifying lap. As we follow Big Boy, who has just purpled the first sector. As Noodles puts in a 49.2, 4/10 quicker than what he originally put out. As Big Boy now goes through turns 14 and into 15, he misses the apex there. DRS wide open as Big Boy puts in a 129.0, which puts him 5th. Dan's put in a 128.6. Let's go on board with Kieran, who's just going through turn 10. And into the hairpin like turn 11. goes Kieran. What can he do for his only lap of qualifying? Kieran's DRS wide open there, as Kieran puts on 128.9 for his first lap, as Kieran misses his apex there. From first to 8th, they're all within a second of each other. As Kieran is in low fuel mode, I believe Avalak has invalidated his lap. So is Colby, he's just going around the outside of the track. Quick Killer really going for one as he purples the first sector. As Quick Killer gets spirally out of the chicane of 8 and 9 and invalidates his lap. Is Colby on a fast lap? What can Colby do? Going into the last part, I believe his lap, not his last, did not get messed up by Quick Killer. And we are now just waiting on Kieran to, I believe, to finish his lap. And that is Q3 over and done with. Kieran gets 4th, but a pole sitter is Noodles and the Racing Point, followed by his teammate, the Luck of the Irish, No Fan Dan, followed by Quick Killer in the McLaren, with the Ferrari of Kieran splitting the two. McLarens of Avalak and Quick Killer, Big Boy in the Renault in 6th, and then Colby separates the Mercedes of Scotty and Schnitzy in 7th and 9th. And now everyone's joining back for the French Grand Prix. As we wait for Clay to ready up. Now for everyone. So I put lap data on and telemetry. As we wait for everyone to warm up their tyres going through. And let me take you through the standings. So far in the standings, we've got Quick Killer at the top with 288 points, who sits in third. In second, we got No Fan Dan, who is sitting in second place. Third, we've got Colby all the way down in 8th. Fourth, we've got Clay, who is 12th. Clay, Kieran and Sniper are all tied for 4th place. And our predicted stop strategy is a one stop of medium to hards or medium soft to hards. Avalak's been disqualified and will be placed ready on the starting grid. Let's hope he has tyres ready. Well done, Eagle-Eyed Chloe, for spotting that Noodles did ready up before the lobby leader, which is Clay. As we wait for all the cars to be lined up on the grid to start off the 27 laps of Paul Ricard. As we wait for everyone now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights, and away we go for Tier 2 for the French Grand Prix. Good getaway there for Noodles. Quick Killer right behind him though. Followed by the Ferrari of, I believe, Kieran. Yeah, that is Kieran. As we just wait for everyone to cross a timing. So in first, after the first few corners, is Noodles, followed by Quick Killer, followed by Kieran. Again, there is our predicted stop strategy. It's a soft, soft, medium, or a soft, medium, medium. But as I was saying, first is Noodles, second is Kieran, second is Quick Killer, third is Kieran, fourth Big Boy, fifth Wild Dog, sixth Snitsy. As we have a battle here between Wild Dog, the Renault of Big Boy, and Schnitzy. Schnitzy thinking of going one there. And Dan all the way down in 13th. What happened to him off the start? And we're on to lap 2. As Scotty overtakes Schnitzy. Why is there a blue flag out already on lap 2? Everyone really clean. As we go on with Ace, who is behind GJ Botha. And what has happened to Dan? He's all the way down in 16th. What has happened to Dan? As we just wait for everyone to cross the timing line. At the minute, I have no time. And GJ Botha is out on lap 2. And that is a virtual safety car. So drivers must maintain speed during virtual safety cars. And obviously, no overtaking per safety car rules. As we just wait for all the timings to come back for us. And who has come into the pits? That is the Mercedes of Schnitzy. So I wonder what's happened there. Schnitzy there, the only one pitting. And DRS has been enabled and green flags has come out. As Wild Dog's right on the back of Big Boy, trying to catch a mistake. As we go on board with him for a moment. And Scotty is right on the back of Wild Dog too. But will Scotty have the upper advantage using that Mercedes power unit? He must stay behind him going through turns 8 and 9 as J.K. Lowry gets overtaken by Colby there at the same corner. Is J.K. Lowry going to try and fight Colby back at some point? As Big Boys is getting really close to the back of Kieran for a moment there. We go on with Wild Dog, who's on the back of Big Boys. You can see that gearbox quaking in his boots. As we focus on Ace, who is behind Clay. Gainful odds with the fastest lap times of this race so far. Little spin there for Ace, who now go on with Scotty, who is trying to reel in Wild Dog before turns 8 and 9. Thought there was going to be a little Daniel Ricciardo move there into turns 8 and 9. Let's follow on with J.K. Lowry, who is still on the back of Colby after that overtake just a lap ago. And Scotty and Wild Dog are side by side going into turn 11. What a battle we have here. A little slide there for Scotty. As Wild Dog goes a little bit wide, trying to overtake there. And Scotty and Wild Dog are side by side down the main straight. But who will be the last of the late breakers? It is Wild Dog. And Clay is getting right on the back of Avalak, just 0.3 of a second away from him. Okay, our top 10 so far is Noodles, Quick Killer, Kieran, Big Boy, Wild Dog, Scotty, Avalak, Ace, Clay, Call Me Arcade. What has happened to Clay? Why has he fallen by so many places? But apparently he is still there with Ace and Avalac. I don't know what's going on with this tonight, but Big Boy is slowly reeling in that red Ferrari of CDR Kieran. Will Kieran be able to catch Quick Killer, or will Big Boy be able to catch Kieran in the DRS zones? No, he does not. Colby goes into the pits, and so does Dan, surprisingly enough, on lap 6. This is very early to be making pit stops, so could there be damage to both their cars? As Big Boy is side by side with Kieran and makes the move before the chicane in sector 2. We follow Ace, who is behind Scotty in the chicane. Scotty using his ERS there, trying to keep Ace behind him. Call Me Arcade just 6/10 off of Ace, and Ace just 3/10 away from Scotty. We have a battle for 5th from Wild Dog, Avalac, Scotty, Ace and Call Me Arcade. As we now go back to Ace, actually, as we go through turn 6. And DRS wide open for Ace, and Avalac overtakes Wild Dog to claim that 5th position. As we watch this battle for 5th carrying on, as Big Boy is slowly creeping in to Quick Killer. So what is going on there? Arcade reeling in Ace as 2 drivers go into the pits. That is Wild Dog and Scotty going into the pits. Arcade just keeping in DRS, going into the first DRS detection zone, and gaps being made now on track as people are pitting. Those who were on soft tyres have got a lot of work to do, as Big Boy trying to get past Quick Killer but quite can't do it. And we have Call Me Arcade still trying to find a gap between the track and Ace to overtake him, as JK Lowry lets his teammate overtake him. Has he hit the wall there? Has JK Lowry hit the wall? He has. He hasn't got that front wing end plate on the right hand side. As Kieran pits on the softs. And what tyre is he putting on? He's putting on another set of softs. Will Kieran be able to get out in front of Gainful? He does not. Let's see what tyres people are on. We only have 2 people on softs, 2 on hards, and the rest are all on 3 on hards. The rest are all on mediums. As I look now at Schnitzy, who is behind Barkmandu on the straight. Is he going to think of a move? He pulls to the inside, and down goes Schnitzy. Down the inside of Barkmandu. So that is what I call a clean overtake. As Big Boy still stuck behind Quick Killer, and Sniper is now trying to reel in Arcade. And Arcade trying to reel in Ace. The 2 teammates now are fighting. What is going to happen here? As Avalak and Ace are going one after another. And that is Arcade on Ace. And there is a bit of a collision there between those 3 cars. And Arcade spins it. And Ace is held up. Ace trying to get Arcade back. How much of Arcade front wing has gone? Arcade has no damage. Neither does Sniper. Neither does Avalak. What about Ace? Ace has lost a front wing right hand side end plate. And 5th is now only being challenged by 2 drivers, Ace and Arcade. Sorry, 4th is now being fought for between Sniper, Call Me Arcade, Ace, and Ace has pitted. I wonder what tyre he's going to be going for. And Arcade trying to reel in the back of Sniper's Alpha Tauri. I almost said Alfa Romeo there. But everyone pitting now for fresh tyres. We are 11 laps underway of this French Grand Prix. A Sniper is really on the back of Avalak. And Sniper there trying to get down the inside. What is going on with Quick Killer? I don't know what's happened there. But Sniper is still on the back of Avalak, hoping that he makes a mistake. Bachman Do is getting quite close to the back of Kieran's gearbox. As Big Boys, Quick Killer and Avalak all pit at the same time. But who will come out first out of the three? And I believe that it was Quick Killer who comes out ahead. So our lead driver of Noodles stays out on track. What tyres is Noodles on? He is on 11 lap old mediums. As we just focus on this battle between Bachman Do and Scotty 1597, as Scotty goes down the inside into turn 8 and 9 to just cover off the switcheroo there. And Kieran is on the back of Big Boy going into turn 11. Very clean racing from those two, and Kieran gets past him with just a hair of space. Gainful on the back of Wild Dog. And Bachman Do pits. So does Call Me Arcade, so does Sniper, so does Clay. Let's see how this double stack is going to work. The double stack has worked, I believe, for those two. It has. Boys definitely aren't fighting with their cars here at CDR. Kieran overtakes Big Boy going onto the straight in sector 2, and we have lost time in for a moment. We're still waiting for that timing to come back. The only time we have is that Dan is 25 seconds behind JK Lowry. We are on lap 13 out of 27. Noodles still in the lead. Kieran trying to find Schnitzy. Big Boy just behind Kieran as we are getting the timings back. Is Big Boy going to think of a move into turn 1? No, he does not. And Quick Killer and Call Me Arcade have now pitted. I believe Call Me Arcade has already pitted once. Let me check that. Call Me Arcade, he has done one stop so far. And all the time's coming back. And is that a double overtake on Schnitzy from Kieran and Big Boy? Yes, it was. Schnitzy trying to get back at Big Boy, but Big Boy's setup is way much quicker than Schnitzy's. Schnitzy going for the more downforce to go through the corners. Big Boy, top speed is his thing, clearly. as Call Me Arcade trying to get past Quick Killer. We have got a battle for second between Big Boy and Schnitzy. So far, the person with most penalties is Schnitzy. No, it's not. It is Wild Dog, and we have 12 laps remaining. The only person left on hards are Scotty and Kieran. Scotty's tyres 7 laps old, Kieran's 6. Kieran on the back of Big Boys. Will he be able to overtake on the straight? Leading up to turn 10. No, they cannot. As Kira now is 7 tenths behind Big Boy. Gainful 9 tenths behind Sniper. And Colby loses a place there to Clay. Let's follow the battle between these two. Little bit squirrely there for Colby. As Scotty and Kieran pit. Noodles pitted 3 laps ago for fresh hard tyres to finish the race on. And Scotty still in the pits, and he is going to come out in 12th place. Everyone on medium or hards now. As we go on with Avalak, with behind Gainful odds. What a move there for Avalak, just swiftly breezing past Gainful. Colby and Clay are fighting in the same place that Gainful and Avalak just once were. As Colby is 3 tenths of a second off of Clay. And Schnitzy pits again. And Schnitzy in the pits. Will he come up behind his teammate? Colby still on the back of Clay. And now Gainful 7 tenths away from Avalak. Colby 2 tenths away from Clay. Call Me Arcade 4 tenths away from JK and Lowry. And Colby still 4 tenths behind Clay. I believe that is... No. There's a battle between Arcade and Kane Lowry, like there has been for a couple of laps. And Gainful Odds now in the pits. Gainful still not out of the pit lane yet. And Kane Lowry behind Call Me Arcade. Scotty breezing past Colby there. As Scotty is 7/10 away from Clay, and Colby just 6.5 away from Scotty. And by the looks of it, Colby is on his own. Scotty 4/10 behind Clay. I'm bringing up that gap down. And Scotty 2/10 away from Clay. Is he going to go for a move down the inside? He thinks about it for a moment, but he does not. Not much really happening apart from this little battle here in the midfield. We've got this battle as Scotty spins going into turn 8, I believe that is. Yep, that is turn 8. And now we follow Copy on Schnitzy. And this is literally one of the only battles, as well as the battle between Ace. Never mind, Ace is going in for another stop. So is Colby. As Colby goes in for his pit stop. Very nice pit stop indeed. Not much happening as in for this race with 7 laps remaining, with everyone having a plus 1 second gap. I don't really know what to say here for Tier 2. There's not really much happening, so let's go on board with the teammate from Tier 3. As Wild Dog now goes into the pits. So let's just go on board with him. Bark Madu has a 3-second time penalty. So does Clay. And Wild Dog has come up behind Schnitzy and in front of Scotty, splitting those two Mercedes. Ace on the back of Gainful all of a sudden. Goes to turn 11 now. No, not 11. Turn 6, sorry. And we follow Ace, who is going to go down the inside of Gainful. And Schnitzy, who is now getting on the back of Clay. Schnitzy still trying to get past Clay. Gainful still trying to get past Ace. Let's go on with Gainful, who is stuck behind NMX Ace. And Copy and Call Me Arcade. Arcade has gone off for a moment there. Schnitzy's on the back of Clay going into turn 10. We have 4 laps left of the French Grand Prix. And we are on lap 23 and Clay is pitting. Is that for soft tyres? It is. Is Clay going for that fastest lap? Fastest lap so far is a 1:32 dead, and that is by Quick Killer. All the way down in 15th. Quick Killer, Gainful odds, now in the pits for fresh tyres. Are the weather conditions changing here at France? Clouds are getting greyer. Let's go on board with Schnitzy for a moment, who is behind Wild Dog with 3 laps left. We'll stay on with Schnitzy now, as he has half a second gap between himself and Wild Dog. Don't really know what to say, because this race hasn't had as much action as I thought it would. qualifying had many. Kieran trying to go for a move there, but just couldn't brake soon enough. Schnitzy 3/10 off of Wild Dog now. As we go round turn 11 and into turn 12, where the gap is now 8/10. So we follow back with Kieran, who is in Avalax DRS. And Kieran 3/10 behind Avalak. Avalak putting up a really good fight here against Kieran. Two laps left, and the only battle on track is between Kieran and Avalak, with Schnitzy slowly coming onto the party with Wild Dog. Kieran still 4/10, 3/10, 2/10, back up to 3/10, 2/10 of a second behind Avalak. As we come on to the penultimate lap for Kieran and Avalak. J.K. Lowry has a 3-second time penalty. Ace with 17 seconds worth of penalties. And Wild Dog with 12. And it is starting to rain on the last but one laps. And Kieran overtakes Avalak there, as Avalak struggles to find his braking point in the wet conditions. And we're on the last lap of this French Grand Prix, with not much action apart from that first lap. Rain getting significantly heavier on this last lap. Wild Dog on the back of Avalak on the last lap. What can he do, if he can do anything? And Wild Dog going for the overtake there on Avalac on turn 11. As Clay is getting very close to Ace for a moment there. As most of the drivers are finishing up now. Well done to Noodles, Big Boys and Sniper Scrace on their podiums. Kieran, Avalac, Wild Dog, Schnitzy, Scotty, Clay, Ace, Quick Killer, Gainful, Kane Lowry, Colby, Barkman Do and everybody's favourite Irishman at the back. We have 2 retirements of Colmy Arcade and GJ Botha for this evening at France, which wasn't as action-packed as I thought it would come out to be. At the end, we did have a surprise rain attack, and I definitely would say Sniper Scrace takes driver of the day there from 12th to 3rd. Well done to the lads in Tier 2 for that extraordinary race, let's call it. But here are the final race results for in-game. We still have to wait for the incidents page to open in an hour's time, and we'll find out later on this weekend the final race results. I have been CDR Ninja, and I'll see you on track on Sunday here at Paul Ricard.